Alright folks, hello and welcome to a video. This is my playthrough of one of the games from the Humble Indie Bundle. Hopefully I'll be doing all of those games, should my computer provide enough power to actually play through those games lag-free. The Humble Indie Bundle is, if you don't know, a set of games, indie games that you can buy for a price that you set. And it's a really good deal. I think you should go buy it to support the developers. Some of the money, and you actually get to decide how much goes where. It either goes to the developers, the EFF, charity, or it goes to the people who set up the little bundle, and you can spread it out evenly or however you want. I bought it for $12, so I would not only show up the Linux users who have the highest average per, I guess, console operating system, but also because if you pay above the average, and the average right now is about $5, then you get all the games from the second Humble Indie Bundle, which was a fantastic deal. So I actually I thought the second Humble Indie Bundle was significantly better than the third one that I actually bought, but I haven't played through all the games. It's just like my guesses and what I've seen. But alright, let's get right to this. This game is called And Yet It Moves. And it looks pretty cool. It's got a very unique art style, but let's get right to it. Alright. So it looks like I've played through the beginning several levels, and basically gravity is the gimmick here. It's a pretty cool game, actually. I quite like it. It's a bit dry, but I think that might be the visual style, actually. I don't know how to describe it. It's weird. On one hand, like, I like indie games. They're pretty cool. Oh, shit. And that's called a rip once you die, because you are a little, like, paper character, and that sort of theme, they play around with that theme quite a bit. But it's pretty cool. And it's weird. I like indie games, but this one, like, I guess it's the art style probably, but it reminds me of, like, old Soviet cartoons that had, like, this really dry animation style. It's weird. It's a nice change up from what I'm used to in terms of games. I like very, like, polished, shiny games, so this is sort of a change in scenery. I quite like it. Oh, oops. And of course there's gravity, which is always cool. Although actually I've recently noticed, darn it, I'm going to be doing that a lot. I'm not fantastic at games, so you're going to see me rip quite a bit. I actually noticed that gravity has become sort of a gimmick in games. Oh, jeez, I should move. It's become something of a gimmick in video games. Ah, darn it, and I got ripped. Whatever. Oh, I don't want those rocks falling down on me. Gravity has become sort of a gimmick among games, and I feel like that happened after Super Mario Galaxy. I can't put a specific date on it, I just don't know. But lots of indie games, actually two off the top of my head, two indie games from this bundle are gravity games. There's VVVV, oh jeez, I forgot which button jumped. Why couldn't they just make it space and W? Just W is kind of annoying, to be honest. I'm used to space for jumping. So, yeah, after Super Mario Galaxy, I feel like a lot of games became... People sort of remembered that gravity was something that you could make games about. So everyone was like, oh my gosh, gravity! Did I get that checkpoint? No, I don't think I did. Whatever. And, oh no, jeez. There you go, that was good. Oh no, that wasn't good, that wasn't good. And it's interesting because, as I said, there are already two games in this bundle that are gravity games, which is interesting, but I feel like it sort of became the indie thing. Ah, damn it. Oh no. Darn it. I'm not going to be able to... Oh, jeez. Like, I can just imagine a bunch of indie developers getting together. They're all sitting there like, whoa, breakthrough console, man. Super Mario Galaxy's so cool. They're like, we gotta make an edgy game, so let's take Cookin' Mama, add zombies, and make it like Call of Duty. And add gravity gimmicks. And of course, that's that's not what they sound like, but it's become it's not something to be tired of. I think games that mess with gravity, there are too few of them, but I feel like by this time next year, there will be every developer will probably have a game about gravity, which not a bad thing. I mean, it's a nice change from the shooters and like the copy paste shooter games of the industry. So that's nice. Let's see. I keep my momentum if you rotate. The speed of my movement will stay the same after the world turns. Alright. Boom. This is actually pretty cool. This is an interesting game. Kind of lonely. But it's very ambient, and the or not ambient, that's the wrong word. The ambience is quite amazing. What with the little like cardboard cutouts fading out into the background and the muted colors. That's all pretty cool. Gives a unique feeling. I haven't seen many games like this. It sort of reminds me of Limbo a bit. Oh, darn it. Limbo is another indie game but it's all like black and white. It's an interesting game. And actually, oh, so you achieved Stuntman. That's another thing. Achievements are pretty much in every game nowadays. And it's kind of weird that gamers need an added incentive to keep playing games. And I mean, if that's not it, and you might be saying, well, that's not what achievements are for, then why were achievements added? Because it just doesn't really make sense. If it's just an added little gift, then people wouldn't really care about it, but it's become such a big thing that it's sort of become an incentive for people to play. And that shouldn't be the idea. It shouldn't be that kind of gratification for games, I think. Okay. Something about this. Oh, this puzzle is going to be a challenge. Actually, hold on a second. What's that? Huh. I guess there's no going on the other side of that. But if you look, there appears to be something at the very bottom of the screen. Well, whatever. No big deal. Probably not important. Oh, that's a mistake. There you go. No, which way do I go? Ah. Well, this is bound to be a rip, so I'm not even going to bother. There. See, that was much easier. I only wish I had a better sense of direction and which way I should be going. Okay. Well, that apparently didn't work. Ugh. There, that's a bit better. I wish I could pan out and see where I had to go. That would be nice. Oh, knew that was going to happen. I also wish I had a better understanding of when I would rip and when I wouldn't. That would be nice. Still unsure as to where I'm... Ah, there you go, another checkpoint. See, the checkpoints are somewhat telling, but other than that, there's really no indicator of which direction you're going to go. That's actually a gripe I had with V. I actually have no idea what to call that game. It's literally called V, which could either be interpreted as, in my opinion, could either be interpreted as down, or it could be interpreted as, or read as 5V, or, I'm not sure. Oh, jeez. there are a lot of ways to interpret the title, but the title isn't what I wanted to talk about. It's the game, actually, of course. It's the game, stupid. Oh. So, that game also has very little sense of direction. You could find yourself just randomly floating around, which kind of bothered me. And this game seems to fall into that a bit, too. I hope that doesn't become an indie fad. Oh, okay. That idea that you can go... And it's not free roam. It kind of is. It's free roam, but there's no, like, free roam goal or destination. So it's like, it's free roam with no real direction. And direction in free roam can often be a bad thing. There needs to be, for a free roam to work, there needs to be a limited sense of direction, where you have a direction, like a vague general direction, but there are several ways to get to it, and that's the idea of free roam. And right now, the fact that I have so many directions to go in is confusing me, it's annoying me. But in other cases, where you're given some semblance of a direction, free roam can be the savior of a game. If there's sort of an objective to go for. For example, the free roam in LA Noire, for example, if you've played it or seen anything about it, the free roam of LA Noire fell into the habit of not having, or it's hard to describe. It had too much of a direction. There's too much of a direction and there's too little of a direction. This game has too little of a direction. LA Noire had too much direction. But when you fall somewhere in between, where you're free roaming around to reach a certain objective, but there are things to do on the way there, that is good free roam, in my opinion. When there's nothing to do in this giant free roam world, the player becomes bored, which, as a game developer, you don't want, of course. That should kind of make sense. It should be kind of obvious that, as a game developer, you don't want a bored player. And yes, this game sort of does give you a tiny bit of direction, what with the checkpoint character pointing in the direction you need to go. But that's not really as helpful as you'd think it is. There are much better ways to pull something like that off. Alright, there you go. And it's also the counter for, like, how much you can travel without getting hurt when you're flying. That's also kind of annoying. Because you never know, like, what will be the difference between life and death in this game. It's pretty vague. You can never, like, I'm never quite certain if I'm going to make it. Like, there's no limit where I'll be like, where sort of I'll know that it's too much, and I'll be like, oh, I've made a mistake. Like, in Nintendo games, noticeably, like, you'll make a mistake and you'll see yourself before it happens. You'll be like, oh, I'm gonna fall off of the platform. Or in just platforming games in general, Nintendo just comes to mind. In this game, I can't really get a grip of that for whatever reason. I don't know what I know what I need to do here. Oh, this is ridiculous. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. The one rock didn't cut it? That's ridiculous. Come on. Bam. Ah, come on. Maybe this will break it. No, it doesn't. Alright, come on. There you go. Alright. So let's pull this off. Ah, darn it. Well, at least the rocks are there. There. Come on, guys. Do we really need that many? Do we need more rocks? It's kind of asking a bit much. Are the other rocks going to come down? Yes, the other rocks are down. And they've ripped it. Good. Perfect. Sweet. Alright, and at this checkpoint, I think I'm going to stop the game for a couple seconds. Or not for a couple seconds, but for the video. And I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be making more Humble Indie Bundle videos. So do enjoy. Tell me which games you actually want if you have the bundle, which games you want to see. Because I have all the games from the second and third bundle. So I'm going to try to end up doing all of them. But the order to me doesn't matter, and I'll be doing some of them simultaneously. For example, I have a Braid playthrough going on right now, which is also a part of the second Humble Indie Bundle. So if you liked, say, the game Revenge of the Titans, and you want to see a playthrough of that, just tell me and I'll pick it up and play. Because I have that option, and I can choose which games to play. So do tell me what you want to see. Also, this is a strange question, but if you're interested in seeing me on any type of social media site, because that has come up as a question, do tell me. I actually have a little bulletin question board thing on my YouTube channel page right now, so check that out. And thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day.